Hello, and thank you for tuning in, Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com, for another segment of Celebration Sunday. So grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. Today is the last day for the host code here for January. Tomorrow I will have another one for February. If you'd like to place an order with me, go to Stampersdelight.com. And also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I also do Facebook Lives. So let's get started. For today's video, I am showing the Touch of Ink. So let's just take a look at that. This is the Celebration catalog that you can get free merchandise from when you place orders of $50 or more. And I've already done the donkeys and a couple other corner bouquet. There's so many great sets and designer series paper. Today we are going to focus on A Touch of Ink, which is on page 12. This is an awesome stamp set for beginner stampers because it's called two-step stamping. But also I enjoy it when you just want to make some beautiful cards that look almost like a watercolor effect. Just absolutely gorgeous. So let's get started. So first I'm going to bring in some samples to show you that I've already done, and then I'll show you a quick card. It's a good thing that this is the last day for this little piece of paper here. Okay, so I have some of our very vanilla note cards. And the thing I like about this is quick, easy note cards. I'm going to show you basically the same card with the Hummingbird and then the butterfly. So before we get started, let me just tell you that the reason this stamp set is free with a $100 order US is because it's actually a double stamp set. You don't see that necessarily until you open it up, but you see that there's two sheets here. Okay, so there are two sheets worth of stamps. There's a lot of stamps in this stamp set, and I think the sentiments are perfect. So let me just go on with that. So here is the first one I'm going to show you. And this one I did some background coloring with our new blend brushes. And I used Daffodil Delight and then some Mango Melody to add a little darkerness to it, or darker color to it. And then, of course, the stamps. I stamped this in the Memento Black, and then you'll see that I did the watercolor image in pumpkin pie. Okay, so this is just a quick little thank you note. Now I did the same thing basically with the butterflies using Misty Moonlight, excuse me, and Seaside Spray. So you can see you can make a very quick, easy card just using those stamps. The next one I did using the Hummingbirds was I layered it on some mango, and then again I just did the stamping directly onto the paper and just made a thank you card there. Same basic idea with the butterflies. Didn't even put any embellishments on it. It looks gorgeous just the way it is, but of course you can always add embellishments. Now the next two cards I'm going to show you, and these will have still shots on my Facebook page and on my blog, Stampersdelight.com. This is with our Hydrangea suite, and we have that beautiful ribbon. And then, of course, this ribbon in here is in the annual catalog. That'll all be in the description later. And this is our designer series paper. And all I had to do was layer the paper, the designer series paper, onto the cardstock. Now these I did fussy cut out, so you can stamp and fussy cut. There are no dies for this. Did a double ribbon here with some of our pastel pearls. They are on back order, just to let you know. And then of course there's another thinking of you. I like making thinking of you and thank you cards without putting anything in the inside so that I can write my own personal message. Same idea. This was the Gorgeous Grape. Same idea on the Rococo Rose with the Hummingbird. So again, this paper is 12 by 12, so I could get several cards out of this designer series paper. And of course, it's standard cardstock size, and then the layering is 4 by 5 1/4. And there you have, I have some of that new Blushing Bride and Rococo Rose ribbon. Some more of those great pastel pearls. And then this one I stamped, and I did what we call rock and roll. And I'll show you that in a minute. You stamp one color, a lighter color, and then you roll it around on a darker color, and you get that two-tone effect. Okay, so that is that one. And then as soon as I saw this stamp set, I knew that it had to have a scrapbook page. So for all you scrapbookers out there, this is another, and I don't think I can bring this down any further. I think that's as far as it goes. So here is the scrapbook page. And again, it's just two-step stamping all the way around. And then I use some Magenta Madness and of course the Seaside Spray for some layering for pictures that I'm going to put there. Okay, so there is a scrapbook page. I know I haven't been doing too much with the scrapbooking. I guess after Celebration Sundays are over, I might have to start Scrapbooking Sundays. Sounds like a great idea to me, so I'm going to go for it. Okay, the next card I'm going to show you is actually the one I'm going to stamp. This is my sample for today. Let me grab all this over here. Now, this paper right here is also a free item in the Celebration catalog. And that can be found on, let's grab that page. Let's see what page that is. It's coming up right here. That can be found on page 10. That is Flower and Field Designer Series paper right here. So that's another free item you can get. And here you have the card. Now I purposely made this a little bit smaller because I wanted more of the color or the Designer Series paper in the background. Okay, so this is just another, again, a Hello Friend card. And then, of course, I would make a matching envelope. Okay, so let's do that one. So I'm going to bring in a piece of cardstock, my basic black cardstock. And I am going to just fold that over. Oh, my bone folder's over on the other table, so we'll wing it. Okay, there we go. There's the back. There's the bottom piece, and then of course we have the layering of that beautiful paper, which is 4 by 5 1/4. I'm gonna go ahead and just glue that down right on top of it. Okay, I'm gonna bring in my piece of white. And of course, these are photopolymer stamps, so we want to have this on a mat. Now, what I did with this, and I'm going to show you the two different things. This is the two-step stamping, and then this, the bird, okay, I actually used our blends. So there's a little bit of both going on here. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring in some of my inks. I'm going to start with my Shaded Spruce. And I am going to use the more detailed stamp. And usually I like to have a piece of paper over my mat so I don't get that all messy, but I don't have one here, so I'm going to get it messy today. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp that down. There's the dark. Then I'm going to bring in Just Jade. I'm going to make this one a little bit different. I'm going to bring in the Just Jade, which is a little bit lighter. And I am going to bring in the next image, which goes right over those leaves. Well, that's why I don't like to do that. Okay, let's flip that over because I just dropped the stamp. And I could redo this, this video, but I'm human. And I like you to see that part of it because there's no problem with turning over the paper. Okay. So let's just turn this around and we are going to line that up right here. There we go. The next one, maybe if I would just move myself a little closer here, we are going to use the more detailed stamp for the flowers in the Misty Moonlight. I'll put that one right there. I am going to bring in the Seaside Spray. And that one I am going to bring in the bolder image. And I am just going to stamp that right on there. That's it. Look at how great that looks. Now you can do the same thing with the Hummingbird. And I can use the detailed stamp and then the bold image stamp. But for this one, I want to do some coloring. I want to do some blends. So I'm going to bring in my Memento. Now remember, this is not live. This is a pre-recorded one. I know sometimes I confuse people with that. I am going to stamp this right here. But you can catch me live on Monday evenings here on YouTube at 7 p.m. Just click the subscribe button so you know when I'm going to be on. And then also Facebook Live on Friday mornings at 7 a.m. 7 p.m. I'm sorry, 7 p.m. is YouTube. And Facebook is 7 a.m. on Fridays. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to do a little coloring here. I'm going to change up the color. I am going to do this part in the mango. So I am going to add some dark right in the middle. And then I'm going to blend that up with the lighter one. I could use the nubby end when it gets close to those edges because they're pretty small. So I'll use the little nubby edge. Okay. Just blending that up nicely with our blends. Now I'm going to take the Seaside Spray. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do a little bit more of the yellow. I think I am going to add some more yellow here. Let me know how you've been liking this series. Celebration Sunday. Still have quite a few to go. Okay, there's the yellow. Now let's do the tail feathers in the blue. This is, again, this one is Balmy Blue. So the paper is Seaside Spray, but the blue here is Balmy Blue. And it's okay to mix and match your colors. Okay. Then I'm going to take my Smoky Slate. I'm going to add some dark here. Maybe right around there. Maybe on his belly. Okay, just adding a little bit of the dark. And then blending that up with the light. So I've got a little bit of a different color than the other way, just so you can see it. Now, I think that this card needs Wink of Stella. So I am going to do some Wink of Stella on the bird. And I'm going to go with do the light color over here first. Add some Wink of Stella here. Now remember, when you do two-step stamping, it doesn't have to line up. That's the beauty of it. And that's why it's great for new stampers. If you've been stamping for a while like myself, you would still like to use that. Okay, so the other one said hello friend. So let's do, we're going to use thank you so much because like I said, I could always use thank you cards. And I am just going to stamp right on there. Thank you so much. Now to change this up a little bit, I am going to bring in this little stamp. And I am going to bring in the blue. This is the Seaside Spray. Just going to add a little bit around here. Just to add a little bit more color to it. Okay, so we are done with that for a minute. I'm going to bring back my card base. And again, I'm putting it down in the corner because if I put it here, yes, you see that beautiful paper, but I just want to have a little bit more paper showing around this edge. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and you can see nobody's going to see that back piece where I smudged it a little bit. Okay. There we go. Now I'm going to bring in another piece of white. Bring my mat back in, and we are going to do a little more stamping again. So for this one, we're going to do this. I think for this one, I'm going to show you how the rock and roll part. Okay, so here is my bold stamp. Okay, now this I'm going to do this one in the Misty Moonlight. Okay, that's my bold color, Misty Moonlight. Okay, so you see the bird, he's dark. Now I'm going to bring in the image, the bolder image. I am going to take, let's do Seaside Spray, because that's what I have here. I'm going to ink the whole thing up, because that's the light color. Okay? All right. Then I'm going to take my shaded spruce. No, I'll use the Just Jade. All right. And you can, what you do is you roll the edges. You can do it this way. Just roll the edges around, or you can take your stamp pad and do it this way. Just tap some color around the edges. Okay, whichever's easier for you. Roll it like this and just get the edges, or tap some of it on. And then just stamp that right over your bird. I'll bring it up close so you can see it. So now you can see there's the light and the dark images. And it looks beautiful. I'm a big fan of rock and roll. So let's just glue this down. Hopefully I didn't smudge that. And I'm going to bring in my card base right here. Lay that right inside. So now you see the two different ones. And of course the insides are a little different. Okay, now this one has our pearls, our pastel pearls, which are on back order. But for this one, don't forget the great items we have in our annual catalog. And one of my favorites to use is our iridescent sequins. Okay, they're from the Artistry Bloom collection. And that's what I'm going to use on this one, because we do have a blue. And I'm just going to add some beautiful little sequins around here. And maybe a little small one, maybe right here. There we go. Quick, easy card, but so beautiful. I'm going to bring in my envelope. And again, I'm going to bring in my mat. Make sure that's... Now you see why I keep a piece of computer paper or something over my mat, so I can change it and it doesn't get all over. I am going to go again with my Misty Moonlight. I'm going to put it right in this corner. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with my Seaside Spray. This may still have a little green on it, so I may actually get some green on there. And then I'm just going to flip it over. Now, I just want to show you real quick, because we didn't play with this one. I'm going to do this one in green, just so you can see the difference. I'm going to use the shaded spruce. Open that up. There's the butterfly. And then for the bolder image, I'm going to use the Just Jade and stamp that right here. And there you have a beautiful envelope ready for your card. So again, this is the Touch of Ink free stamp set with a $100 order. Here's all the cards again, and I will have still shots in a little while on my blog. Here's some great note cards. And of course, my scrapbook page. So I hope you enjoyed this segment of Celebration Sunday, and I'll see you back here next Sunday with another one. Thank you for tuning in. Keep on stamping, Stampers. Bye.